Welcome to CIST 1602 Security Policy and Procedures. My name is Rocky Spurlock. We're going to be going over the Getting Started folder. We'll be going over the syllabus, looking around in Blackboard, and also looking at the steps to get your JBL Navigate account set up. So first thing first, you'll see that I am on the home page. I'm currently in my student preview for Blackboard. So this is what you should see here. Right here, you have your announcements. You can click on each announcement, and it'll bring up the announcements for those this week. First, we have a welcome announcement, and then we have the Chapter 1 announcement. So when we go through this, homepage is going to take you back to your homepage. Assignments will come back to. My grades will show you a list of your assignments and the grades when you have assignments graded. Send email is how you will email me. NetTutor will give you a link to a tutoring service if you need any extra help. Syllabus is a link to your syllabus. Email is how you will email. Once again, the send email and email, same link. I will remove one of those. And then finally, the due dates. Okay, so this is going to show you what assignments are due each week and then the date that the assignments are due. So we'll look at assignments. We'll see right now we only have access to start here in week 1. We'll start with the start here. In here, you do have instructions telling you what you'll be doing that week. You do have a video to watch that'll show you how to redeem your access code. That when you click on this, you'll have to click on the other link. Watch this 3-minute video. If you need to follow along with documentation, it does have a step-by-step documentation here that you can follow through this PDF to set up your account. In this, it will ask you for the course ID. The course ID is located here, the 5CA393. So with that, when you're going through the video, and we'll cut this video down here, there is a spot here where it will ask you for the access code. That's the code that you've purchased from the bookstore or purchased with your textbook. Once you get through that, it will ask you then for your course ID. You can put that course ID here, located here, and that will link you into the course. Also in here, you have your syllabus student guide. You do have another link to the syllabus here. You have a syllabus agreement you must complete by this Sunday. Just so that you've read the syllabus, you understand it. Then you have an introduction discussion. Some of you have already completed that. You just go in, write a 100-word post, telling a little bit about yourself, and respond to 2 classmates with at least 50 words each. The way my discussions are conducted is that you have until Thursday at 11:59 p.m. to post your initial post. Your initial post has to be at least 100 words answering whatever the question of the week is. Then you need to reply to at least 2 other students by Sunday with at least 50 words for each reply. And it needs to be something that is meaningful to the conversation. Next, you have your course textbook information. We're going to use the Navigate to ebook. Access for Security Policies and Implementation Issues with Theory Labs by Robert Johnson and Chuck Eastham. And then you'll have my contact information here as well. So we'll go back and look at Chapter 1. Chapter 1, this is going to be the general layout for all of your assignments. You'll have your instructions for the week located at the top, followed by a link to the chapter, and then you'll have your chapter quiz. Inside the links to the chapter, this week, for example, you do have a discussion that you need to complete, and then a link to your textbook. So when you click this, it will take you into your textbooks. You'll log in if didn't work with me because of the fact that I was using the student preview. So let me exit student preview. All right, so that link takes me directly in my textbook to that chapter. Um, you read through the chapters each week. In the future weeks, you'll have labs that'll be on JBL. So let me go to one that's got a lab. You will have sometimes 2 chapters a week. For example, chapter 2 and chapter 3 next week. Okay, so when you see in a lab, this is going to take you to the JBL labs. Now you'll complete the labs on JBL site, download your lab report, and then you will upload it to the Dropbox in Blackboard. Okay, so I'm in the lab. These are theory labs. Yours may look a little different. You're seeing the instructor side of this here. So I'm going to open the theory lab. In here, you'll see most of these. You'll have an introduction, a guided exercise, and then challenge exercises. So you'll have your information. You'll read over this. You'll come in, do whatever the assignment is. When you're filling out parts of your labs, when you go through this, for example, in the challenge exercises, I've already completed this one, so you'll see the lab guide up here updating. Let me pull up a separate lab. I'm going to show you how a fresh lab works. Okay, so I'm going to start the lab. Now, the completion percentage at the top, you'll see right now it's waiting to start the lab. My internet's running really slow at the campus today. That's why I'm saying it's 4 minutes. Normally, it's not. All right, let's look for a different lab. Now, a couple things here as well. You can preview the lab guide. This is going to show you what you're going to be doing through each one of these steps here. All right, so as we wait for this lab to load, we'll go ahead and move into the syllabus. Once again, this is located in 2 different places on Blackboard. You can find this in the link to the syllabus here, or in your Start Here folder. You do have a link to the syllabus there as well. Okay, as I said, my name is Rocky Spurlock. You'll see my information here is my phone number, my email address, my office hours, the textbook we'll be using. This class will end on July 12th. We do have some health and safety statements about COVID-19 that's in our syllabus. Some course competencies and objectives are covered. And so a couple things that we're going to do in this course, we're going to define security policies. Organizational information security we'll talk about. Security concerns with hardware, software, data, and people. Look at some different physical security issues, personnel, operating systems, different security issues that come up. We'll also look at developing a security plan. We're going to discuss the contents of general organized security programs, policies. We'll look at implementing and maintaining a security plan, and then finally, information security policy development. How are we going to write a security policy? This course is an 8-week course. It is an online course. All of your course materials, assignments, discussions will be accessible through Blackboard or JBL Navigate. Your assignments, you're required to complete all assignments that's going to be listed in Blackboard. This will include having active participation in discussion forums, completing assignments that's posted in Blackboard that links to the JBL Navigate, as well as taking any tests or quizzes that will be given through Blackboard. You do need a computer to complete this course and a good internet connection, reliable internet connection. There are different labs available on the campuses that you can use as well. Effective communication is going to be vital to an online course. You're required to use your email address for communication purposes. I prefer you to contact me through the send email link in Blackboard. That's going to send it to your student email. I cannot respond back to a personal email about anything involving your grades or your academic progress. So always use your student email to communicate with your instructors. Now, your grades are going to be obtained from various sources, including the participation discussion forums, completion of your assignments, and also your test or quizzes. We're going to go over the grading criteria and the breakdown of the different categories. It is expected for you to come prepared for the classes when you sign on. You read the chapters, you prepare yourself for the assignments. You will need to watch the lectures that will be recorded. And if you have any questions, feel free to send me an email. Communicate with me. If I can't see that you're not understanding something without you letting me know. Okay, so communication is going to be key in this. Also, all assignments are going to must be completed by the assigned due date. I do not accept assignments late for any reason. This includes your homework, test, quiz, discussions. So make sure you have a backup plan. Don't wait till the last minute to try to do your assignments. I've seen that more than anything. The students wait till the last minute, something happens, and they don't get their assignments done. You're also required to take all quizzes and exams during the semester. They will not be accepted late. You're responsible for following the official withdrawal procedures if you decide that you have to drop the class. If you have just abandoned the class without officially withdrawing, your grade will most likely result in an F. At the end of the course, you will get whatever grade you've earned at that point. Students are also expected to maintain the highest standards of academic honesty. Any form of academic dishonesty, such as plagiarism or cheating, will not be tolerated and will result in the grade of a 0 for all parties involved. A second offense will result in a grade of F in the class. Incomplete grades may be considered at the instructor's discretion, only with valid doctor's excuse or other documented evidence. Student must be passing the course and have completed a significant portion of the course for the incomplete grade to be considered. It's also the student's responsibility to remove the incomplete grade before the end of the next semester. Otherwise, it's automatically going to be converted to an F. You're expected to obtain the required textbook and material by the 7th calendar day of the course. This is your JBL Navigate 2 textbook information. It'll give you access to the labs as well. Okay, as we said in discussions, you're required to make initial posts with a minimum of 100 words by Thursday and engage in a meaningful replies at least 2 other posts by Sunday with at least 50 words each. The way these grades are broken down is you get 50 points for your initial post and then 25 for each reply. Resources that you need, obviously, your JBL Navigate access, which give you your textbook. You'll need internet access, your GNTC login information, email address, and also I recommend using Google Chrome. So the grading for this course will be the labs count 50% of your grade. Quizzes are 30%, your final exam is 10%, and then your discussions are 10% as well. Now keep this in mind about your grades. Your initial grade is going to be a 0. As your assignments are turned in and graded, your grade will increase. You will have a 0 for ungraded attempts or ungraded assignments. Until that assignment is graded, it will count as a 0 in the grade book. So as you turn assignments in and as they're graded, that grade will increase. So, for example, the final exam is worth 10 points on your final grade. So before you take that final exam, nobody can have over a 90. You can have a 90 if you make 5 on the final exam, you're going to have a 95. You make 10 on the final exam or 100 on the final exam, you'll get 10 points. Our official grade book is on Blackboard as well. Our grade calculations are broken down as A's, 90 to 100, B, 80 to 89, and so forth. The next part of the syllabus covers academic misconduct procedures, including cheating, plagiarism, fabrication. Work ethics is not covered in this course. There are support and tutoring outside of the classroom. If you have a question, feel free first to email me. If you need help on other items, you can go to a tutoring lab. They are available on each campus. If you have any questions about your progress in the course or grade you received, please reach out to me. I will gladly set up an appointment when you can discuss it either through email or phone call, or you can visit my office. Students needing accommodations are entitled to appropriate and reasonable auxiliary aids and accommodations through the Americans with Disabilities Act and Section 504 of the Rehabilitation Act of 1973. It is the student's responsibility to notify G&T's accessibility services as soon as possible. The contact information is located in the syllabus. If you find that you need to withdraw from a class, keep in mind, once again, it is the student's responsibility to follow the official withdrawal procedures. You can go through your MyGNTC account, or you can complete the proper paperwork in the Office of Student Affairs. We also have a warranty that says that Georgia Northwestern Technical College, through the TCSG, guarantees that its graduates have demonstrated proficiencies in the competencies defined in the approved state curriculum standards. Should any student within 2 years of graduation not be able to perform one or more of the competencies contained in the industry-validated standard, college agrees to provide specific retraining to the student at no cost to the employer or graduate for tuition or instructional fees. This guarantee applies to graduates of the college who are employed in the field of his or her training, and then information there about contacting the Office of Academic Affairs to inquire or file a claim. As an online course, the tobacco policy and the Georgia Campus Bill really not going to apply to us, but the information is there. We also have Aspire student support. They've a lot of different resources that can be available to you. You can find out more on the aspire.com using the password GNTC1. Next, we see our important dates for the semester. These are only broke down into the 10 weeks and 5-week terms. We're on the 8-week term. Our semester will end July 12th. Then we see some important dates for the fall. June 12th is returning student registration for the fall semester. That is when you'll register for your classes. Then we go down to our student guide. The student guide is going to tell us the due dates and what's due each week. So this is a tentative guide giving us an outline of where we should be going in the course. Once again, keep an eye on these due dates. I don't accept assignments past these due dates. So chapter 2 and 3 are due on May 28th. I will not accept those on May 29th. All right, so that's the end of the syllabus. If you have any questions about the syllabus, feel free to reach out to me, send me an email. Okay, so we're going to jump back over to Jones and Bartlett Learning, looking at the labs. Okay, you see right now I've not started this lab. My progress is set at 0%. Gives me start and end time. So I'm going to click Enter Lab. Once again, it's going to give me the 3 different breakdowns here. The guided exercise, introduction, and challenge exercises. Be sure to pay attention to the before you begin section and go through this. So be sure to go through the introduction, read all the information. Guided exercises are going to walk you through step by step of what you should be doing. So you'll just walk through these steps for the guided exercises. And once you get to the challenge exercises, for example, as you make a screen capture of the policy settings that enable the policy change editing in this one. Okay, I'm not going to go through that and do this process, but if I click on something, if I click this little camera icon, it's going to take a screenshot. Okay, so doesn't actually mean that I've done something right on that when it turns green or the percentage goes up. Just means that I have done something there. You'll see the percentage goes up once it registers that I've completed something. So this is not your grade here. That just tells you how far along you went as far as the steps in these. A lot of these labs are not going to be like hands-on, as you just saw with that lab. A lot of these are going to be more of a theory type labs, where they're going to ask you questions. As you'll see here. So as you're coming through this, for example, it says write a brief summary of the article. So you can click the little icon, and then in here you'll write your information. You want to make sure that you actually answer the questions. When you click save, once again, you'll see the lab guide has been updated. So once you're finished with this, we go through here. We'll make all these. I'll show you what happens when we get to 100%. So I'm just going to write test in all of these. Once again, obviously this is not the correct answer, but you'll see that the lab guide percentage is still increasing. Once again, I can't stress this enough. Do not count this as your grade. All right, so I've now completed all the assignments. You'll see that I've done this. It's completed. I'm going to exit out of this. Now in here, you see the view lab report. This is showing me what I've just done. So this is my lab report that I'm going to download this. All right, so I'm going to come over here and download this PDF. I'm just going to save it to my desktop. Then I'll come back to Blackboard and I'll come to the Dropbox. I'm going to browse for that file. And then I will submit that to this Dropbox. Once these are submitted, this is where I will go back in and grade these lab reports here and put your grade in. So once again, just because this says 100% does not mean you're getting 100 on the grade. This means that you've answered those questions in some shape. Okay, so that's pretty much it for the getting started. Remember, this week you want to make sure that you do read the syllabus, set up your JBL account, do the syllabus agreement and the introduction discussion, read chapter 1, do the discussion in chapter 1, and then take your chapter 1 quiz. Now, one thing we have to cover the quizzes are 20 multiple choice questions. Some of them are 25. You have no time limit on the quiz as long as you get it done within that week period from Monday to Sunday. You have unlimited attempts at the quiz, and I take the highest grade for your quiz grade. All right, so that's going to end the getting started, the start here folder. If you have any questions, please send me an email.